Ariana and Pete talk about having kids together.
Gigi Hadid confirms she's back with Zayn.
And Kendall Jenner makes out with her best friend's brother.
All that and more on today's Rundown. Hey you guys, welcome back to the Daily Hollywood Rundown. Selena Gomez is getting into some trouble because fans are saying that she ripped off an artist on Instagram.
Okay, but first let's talk about Shawn Mendes reacting to his embarrassing voice fails. On James Corden's Late Late Show this week, James wasted zero time complimenting Shawn on his signature feature, aka that incredible head of hair.
I mean, look at you. If we're talking about hair, look at this beautiful head of hair.
James then asked Shawn if he would ever consider dyeing his perfect locks, and while fans in the audience gave a resounding no to the very thought of it, it turns out that Shawn is not only down to dye his hair, he even knows what color he'd go with.
I'd go red. I wouldn't go red.
Really? You'd go red? You'd go red?
I wanted to when I was a kid a lot, but I never ended up doing it. Now I'm definitely not going to do it.
Thank God he didn't suggest shaving it. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure they would have had the pitchforks out for that one. James also took the opportunity to embarrass Shawn a little bit thanks to a montage of his voice cracking.
That's fake.
It's really hard to sit when you're a singer, actually a really talented singer, and listen to your voice fails. Like I've recorded music before, and the thought of anyone hearing just my outtakes, not even like the bad stuff, just the stuff that I was like, meh, I'm like, bury that. I don't want anybody to ever hear it. But to literally be faced with all of your voice fails, it's so traumatizing.
Oh my gosh, but I was living for it. I loved it. I thought they were so funny. I love when he's like calling out to like, hey Seattle. I can't even redo it, but his voice is like all over the place. It's so cute. I love that he's spending the whole week on the Late Late Show. I think he's doing such a good job, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen like tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Kendall Jenner was just spotted making out with Gigi and Bella Hadid's little brother in New York City earlier this week. If Kendall Jenner and the NBA star Ben Simmons are really dating, I guess they're not all that serious. Otherwise, Kendall would have just been caught cheating on him with her best friend's little brother. Kendall was photographed kissing Anwar Hadid at a CFDA Awards after party in New York City on Tuesday night. In the pics, Kenny is seen perched on his lap while Anwar lounges on a couch at Socialista, New York. Eyewitnesses tell TMZ that the pair was hanging out for, quote, about 2 hours, kissing, cuddling, and drinking the whole time. Kendall eventually made her way back to her hotel around 4 a.m., but Anwar was nowhere in sight. So if you know anything about Anwar Hadid, you're fully aware that he's been dating the actress Nicola Peltz for over a year now. The pair recently attended Coachella together, but after doing a quick Twitter search, it appears that they actually have been on the outs for a while. TMZ reported that Anwar and Nicola officially split at some point last month. Okay, to be honest, I don't even know if she was cheating on this new boyfriend or if he was cheating, if they're really broken up. I don't know what's happening. All I can think about is the fact that she was making out with her best friend's like 18-year-old brother.
Well, she was straddling him. Like, this was a very public display of affection, which Kendall Jenner is not really known for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In her relationships with other people, she doesn't really make out in public with them. That is just not her style. So because this was so public, it leads me to believe that it wasn't a serious PDA session, that perhaps he probably just turned 18 or so. I don't know when his birthday is, but perhaps she was like, you know what, when you turn 18, I will make out with you because it's legal, and maybe he had a crush on her or something. So it seems to me like it was more of a joke makeout session than a serious makeout session. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I have a pact with all my best friends' little brothers.
Do you?
Like, when you're legal, let's make out. Okay, Erin, what's the girl code with this? Like, are you allowed to make out with your best friend's sibling at all? Like, best friend.
Well, here's the thing. Best friends, that's a very loose term because whoever your best friend is when you're 15 is not who your best friend is when you're 30, who's not your best friend when you're 80. So I think, you know what, you gotta do what makes you happy. I think you have to do it with class, right? Like, you shouldn't make out with your best friend's little brother, have him fall in love with you, and then break his heart. But if you're making out with him and it's like a mutual relationship type of thing, you're like, okay, I think I wanna date him. I think you can kind of get away with it. I don't know. I've never dated my best friend's brother, so I don't know.
Me neither.
And speaking of Gigi, it seems like she and Zayn are Instagram official again. Gigi pretty much confirmed that she and Zayn Malik are back on. Gigi took to her Instagram story to share an adorable photo of her and Zayn, making fans wonder if the two of them are officially back together. So in case you forgot, the pair broke up back in March. Zayn and Gigi confirmed the breakup themselves through their own individual posts on social media, and although that made things seem pretty final, photos leaked of the two of them kissing in public towards the end of April, and then fans weren't so sure anymore. Now there seems to be even more confirmation though after seeing the photo that Gigi posted to her story this week. In the photo, Gigi is seen lying in Zayn's arms with him leaning over and kissing her cheek as they played a game of Pokemon. Unfortunately, we're unable to see Zayn's face in the photo, but his bleach blonde hair and tattoos are a dead giveaway that it is in fact Zayn himself. When the two of them released their statements on social media, it did feel like to me that they left the door open for a potential reuniting later. So it's not surprising to me that these two are hanging out more. I don't know if they're 100% back together. It seems like they probably have some things to work on before they're officially official again. But I think this is a good sign that these two will reconcile.
Yeah, I think it's interesting if they are still working on things to make it so public that they are working on things and kind of still meeting up and hanging out. I loved Gigi and Zayn together. I'm always going to be a ZG shipper, and I'm happy for them. I hope they've worked through all their issues because their breakup was not that long ago.
No.
So I guess we'll see what happens from here. So yesterday, our girl Selena Gomez dropped her brand new video for Back to You.
So good.
And today it's making headlines, but not for the right reasons. Last week, Selena began teasing her new video with a series of retro photos overlaid with her lyrics on them, and now she's being accused of ripping off an Instagram photographer's photo style. Fans have noticed that Selena's teasers look a lot like artist Sarah Baba's signature feed. Sarah uses captions as subtitles on her images that capture raw human emotion. Selena's music video continues her teaser theme and plays like a dramatic silent movie using subtitles on screen as dialogue to tell a story. Ever since Sel started teasing her Back to You video on Instagram, fans have noticed the oddly similar similarities to Sarah's work, calling out the style, editing, and use of captions. One fan tweeted a side-by-side of Selena's images and Sarah's work, writing, quote, "Selena Gomez must have no shame. She didn't credit Sarah for her artistic ideas." Another fan suggested that Sarah actually commented on one of Selena's images and she deleted it, writing, quote, "But what everybody doesn't know, you stole Sarah Baba's style of photos," and deleted her comment saying, "Let's work together next time." Sarah herself actually indirectly responded to the whole controversy on her Instagram story, saying that well over 2,000 people have DM'd her Selena's photos on Instagram. Of course, tons of Selena's fans have come to her defense, saying that Sarah didn't invent using captions on photos, which is true. And The Insider pointed out that Sarah has collaborated with Gucci in the past, and one of Selena's best friends, Petra Collins, is a Gucci ambassador. So it's possible that Selena has never seen Sarah's work before, and maybe someone on her team pitched this style of work to her. So Selena and her team haven't made any comment on this so far, but what do you think about it? Do you think they're too similar? Would you call her out for it?
I mean, I feel like they are similar in style, but I also feel like Selena has her own take on it. And I also agree with Selenators on this one. You know, no one can create captions on video. I mean, that happens all the time everywhere. I don't know. It's so hard because a lot of people are like, why didn't she shout her out in the comments or whatever? If every single person shouted out the people who inspired their creative works, it would all be like long lists of Steven Spielberg inspired by, you know?
Yeah.
I just feel like at some point you have to say, okay, that inspires me. I'm gonna do my own twist on it. And I think it did have enough of an individual twist, just in my opinion. But you know what? I actually think it's really good for Sarah because I had no idea who she was before this. And now, you know, this story's getting picked up everywhere. She's getting 2,000 messages about this. I think it's good for her brand awareness. So I don't know. I don't know if she'll take her to court or anything over this, but I don't know.
It's hard to say. I really do think it's bringing more attention to Sarah's work, so that's good.
Yeah.
And also, I agree with you. I think Selena did have her own twist on it. Honestly, the video, though there were like subtitles and it was kind of like a silent movie, it also gave me vibes of her fetish video and this kind of era of Selena, what we've gotten in the past for videos. So it does have a little bit of Selena flair.
Yeah.
So it's not like completely copying, but we'll see what happens.
Gosh, it seems like things are heating up so quickly between Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson. Everyone, I hope you're sitting down because these two were really talking about having babies together. So Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson have only been Instagram official for just a week, but things seem to be moving very fast. In their latest public display of affection, Ari and Pete hinted at having babies in their future. On Tuesday, Pete posted an Instagram photo of himself and actor Brian Tyree Henry and captioned the photo, quote, "I'm having his kids," with this emoji. Ari responded with a cheeky comment of her own, writing, "I look so good here." Pete replied with lots of drooling, smiley emojis. Obviously, this is silly and funny and flirty. I don't think this is an actual, like, we're talking about having kids.
Yeah.
But when you've only been dating someone for a week, had I said this to my husband after a week of dating, he would have been like, oh, like, this is a lot. So maybe things are happening really fast for these two.
It appears so. So my question is, though we don't know, it's too early on, if you had to make a guess, do you think they're gonna last? Do you think this is gonna go down the aisle? No?
I don't think so.
See, I'm not sure. They seem to be, I think when things have such a quick beginning and they're so fiery in the beginning, they die out quicker.
That's kind of how I feel about this. I feel like, you know, she's had pretty long relationships in the past. I think that they will probably be together for a while, but I agree. I think this ramped up very quickly. I just don't know. I just am skeptical about it. I don't know how I feel.
I know. I guess we'll see, like, if they actually, you know, have kids.
So I have a very important, deep question for you. Would you ever make out with your best friend's little brother?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah.
Erin. Very important. Please let us know. And also, let us know if you think that Selena Gomez ripped off Sarah. Do they look too similar? Comment down below with your thoughts.
All right, you guys, that's it for today's show. We'll see you next time.
And then you guys, make sure you click right over here because the Jonas Brothers might be reuniting.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't do DHR yesterday. That's what you talked about?
Yes, and I'm losing it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I have to go watch that box, so you should definitely click on it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, you guys. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything.